What is up guys, this is Tito back with another video on the Redmi K20 Pro, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you the PixelExtended Android 12 beta ROM based on, of course, Android 12, and this is the 31st October 2021 build. And if you look at the notes, as you can see, it is coming with the OSS vendors based on the Android 11, that 100 MB or 99 MB firmware. So if you want to flash this ROM on your Redmi K20 Pro, let me tell you, I have used this particular version of Orange Fox recovery over here, and with that I have just flashed the 100 MB Android 11 firmware, flashed this particular PixelExtended beta ROM, and then I just flashed the fcrypt disabler, or you can use the other decryption zip too if you want to, and that should work just fine. And of course this ROM includes the GApps. All the important links will be present in the description, so do not worry. And right now let me show you how is the ROM actually working. Here in the Android version, of course, we have this Android 12 version, and you still get that clock. And if you make it on 12 o'clock, you get this kind of look over here in the Android version section. Extended versions showing as beta. The security patch is latest of October 5th, 2021, because still it is an October build, not quite November yet. We have the stock kernel as the perf kernel, and here is the build number or the build date. You can notice 31st October 2021 beta official build of the PixelExtended ROM for Rafael or the Redmi K20 Pro. In the system panel, you will find these kind of things, and here into gestures, we have the press and hold power button to actually hold for assistant, and the prevent ringing option is there, the one-handed mode is there, that should be working just fine, and everything just seems butter smooth over here. And we have the gesture navigation or the full screen gestures, and swipe to invoke assistant is also there, and let me show you from right here. Now this thing is actually on for the assistant, so right now let me just try it. Okay Google. So I'm saying the keyword, but it's not actually working. Okay, so right now the voice trigger is working fine. Watch this. Okay Google. As you can see, it's working perfectly fine. Let me try one more time. Hey Google, what's the weather? And as you can see, it's working perfectly great. Let me go back. We have the 2-button and 3-button navigations as well here, and we have the quickly open camera. So you can use this particular option for the camera. And talking about the camera, this is the old kind of Google camera that we have. And this I won't recommend using because this is a pretty basic camera, I would say, in my frank opinion. So here I have installed this particular Gcam. This is the Unix version 7.3 and the 2.5 kind of thing, I guess. And here everything is working fine, like the front camera and stuff, if you're noticing. So yeah, without any issues, the front camera is working perfectly fine, and the front camera LED also worked right there. So the stock camera is not that great, but yes, camera is actually working if you install it separately. Let me go back. For the front camera as well, we have the sound effects, and you can turn it on or turn it off from right here. You have the options if you want to turn it on. The sounds, I mean, for the front camera pop-up, and the camera LED, you can disable it, and the Gboard is the default keyboard here, as this ROM includes the GApps. Now talking about the stock launcher, this is how it looks like. I'm using the wallpaper from the Wallpy app. I'll list it below in the description, don't worry. The widgets, if you're noticing, are working just fine. No issues. To the left, we still have the Google's Discover page. And yeah, it is working perfectly fine, no issues. But there is no double tap to sleep here, at least like on the status bar or something. Do not expect those. And here if I go into, okay, so it's giving me the option to customize, but here in the home screen settings, this is how it looks like on the Pixel launcher. You can disable the suggestions, but then again, you don't have the double tap to sleep anywhere in the home screen. Swiping up gets you to the app drawer, and the app drawer looks like this. You can search for any particular app, and the keyboard looks just amazing, as you can see. Right now I have the white theme, but only one thing about the white theme that I will complain about is that the quick setting panel still looks dark even in the white theme, so that's not very pleasing to the eye. Like on the Project Radiant ROM, this section was white in the background whenever you were in the white theme, but as of right now, this is how it is. Also, dark theme is working perfectly fine again. If you want to see that, as you can see, dark theme is not a problem. And here you can see the power menu from right here. This is how the power menu appears. We have the lockdown, the power off, the restart and stuff. And then let me show you the volume panel quickly. This is how it looks like. Pretty similar Android 12 volume panel as you have seen earlier. And of course, it does this kind of animation once you are clicking on this particular widgets, and it looks beautiful. Also, we have the Google's calculator app, and that is looking great, and it has this kind of animation whenever you are tapping on a button. And you can edit and add multiple toggles from here. There are plethora of options. Of course, I have added the screen recorder, the hotspot, the do not disturb, etc. The Android 12 kind of screen recorder does have mic and the speaker volume recording at the same time. And here we also have the move to audio. Let me show you by just tapping and holding onto it. So yeah, the Moto audio is there, so you can use it with your speaker or your headsets, whatever you have, and that should be working fine. The sound quality via the headphone jack and Bluetooth as well should be great here. You should not be worried about it. And in the settings, this is how it looks like again, and we have the snow house. Here there will be customizations in the future, but as of right now the customization amount is very limited. So here we have the VoLTE icon. So if you have a SIM card in here, VoLTE calling or 4G VoLTE should be working just fine. And also the 4G icon instead of LTE is there. Vibrate on toggle touch is there. We can switch to the next one, but the next one is simply empty as of right now. And here in the system we have the vibrate on connect, call waiting and disconnect. And in the next one we have the hardware settings, but this thing is still empty. Features will be added in the future. As of right now there are very limited customizations. Let me go back to the battery settings, and this is how the battery settings looks like. But the good thing is we have the thermal profiles over here, so you can change per apps profile from right here. That's great. And we have the big battery bar and the big battery percentage right there. And for the full battery usage, you just go into it and you can see it from right here. It has this pixel kind of battery, full battery look. And we have the screen on time. If you click on this system usage for past 24 hours, it will show you your screen on time from right here. And we have the battery saver, the adaptive preference and stuff. Now talking about one thing about the battery, let me actually show you about the charging. So watch this. I plugged the device in and it doesn't actually show here that it's charging. Like look at this icon. There is no charging animation that appeared over here. If you notice that, let me do that one more time. It should show the charging time or the charging animation over here, but that simply did not show, right? So no charging animation over here, but let me show you it's actually charging. Let's wait a little bit so that it shows up. And as you can see right now, it shows that now, okay. So I went to my internet speed meter and here just notice it's actually charging right now. It's actually receiving 1618 mAh. I'm just charging it from a power bank, but also 33 watt fast charging is working fine. But let me show you with the Ampere app. As you can see right now, it's perfectly charging, but it doesn't show in the battery icon on the status bar that it's charging, or even it does not do that charging animation. So this is a bug as of right now, and that should be fixed in the future updates. It just doesn't show that the device is actually charging. That's how it is. Even in the lock screen, let me show you, this is how the lock screen looks like. And even in the lock screen, it doesn't show on the bottom that it's charging or not. Let me show you the fingerprint scanner speed as well here. So again, talking about the fingerprint scanner speed, I just press the power button to lock the device, double tap to wake, that works fine. And the fingerprint scanner again is working just fine. I can just tap the fingerprint scanner when the phone is totally in sleep. I can just tap here and that unlocks the device super fine. The fingerprint scanner speed again is very fast and snappy experience that I'm getting. So very reliable fingerprint scanner experience again. And I have the always on display disabled. Let me just enable that from the display settings. Here you can go into the lock screen, and from here you can enable this always on display. And here, let me show you right now, it has the always on display working perfectly fine. Let me show you if the double tap to wake actually works. So no, from the always on display, the double tap to wake will be buggy and that is not working. But yeah, the fingerprint scanner is actually working fine. Let me show you the lock screen again, and it has this kind of animation whenever you are locking or unlocking the device with the power button. Again, we do not have any double tap to sleep here. That is a bummer. But yeah, this is a first or initial kind of build of the PixelExtended ROM, so I'm fine with that. We have the dark theme in the display settings, then the display size and the night light, and the colors are set to boosted from here. And the double tap to wake is again there, but if you have the always on display turned on, it won't work, because with all OSS vendor based ROMs, this is a bug. If you have the always on display turned on, the double tap to wake will be broken for some reason. Let me go back from here, and we have the sound and vibration. If you scroll down more, we have the Mi Audio Direct, and from here you can change it to youth edition or something like that. So we have the Mi Audio Direct. Also we have the Moto audio over here, so you should not worry about anything. And we have the presets, the sound presets are there, and the hi-fi audio option is also there. Let me go back. We have the charging sound, charging vibration, etc. Now one thing that I miss over here, that there is no screenshot like this gesture. The 3-finger screenshot gesture is still missing from here, but you can take a screenshot by just doing this on the recents panel and take a screenshot just like this. And here you can edit and share from right here, but again we do not get the capture mode option. And if you want to go to the split screen or something, you can just tap here and get the split screen option. In the wallpapers and styles, you can go, and here we have the Google's Monet engine kind of stuff. And here everything depends on your wallpaper, like the whole background color depends on your wallpaper. That is just beautiful looking. We also have the themed icons, and if you enable that, right now the themed icons looks like this in the home screen. And yeah, they look beautiful. And we have the app grid section. You can set it up to 5 by 5. Let me go back. We have the basic colors and you can change the wallpapers from here. Also, you can go to that wallpapers and styles from right here. And again, if you want to add these clock widgets, you can just go to the widget settings. From here, select this clock, and from here, whatever clock you want to add, you can just tap here and you can add them just like this. You can add this one too. It looks beautiful too. You can change the size of it. You can increase the size just like this. And yeah, it looks awesome in my opinion. Now let's talk about the key features of this ROM. That is, you get the Safetynet pass right out of the box. And that's why you can use banking apps over here without any issues right out of the box. You don't need to flash Magisk and use Magisk Hide just to use banking apps here. And as this ROM is based on the latest A11 firmware or Android 11 firmware, we get the DRM certification as L1. So streaming Netflix or Amazon Prime videos in 1080p will not be an issue. And talking about the performance, the whole device performance stays very good. I would say I have had no issues whatsoever with the performance of this ROM, and every time I was switching between the apps and stuff, everything was super fast and snappy. Even Play Store you can see from right here. So yeah, everything is super fast and snappy. Here are the performance benchmarks like the Antutu and Geekbench score with a CPU stress test on this ROM. So that pretty much wraps this video up for the Redmi K20 Pro's Pixel Extended ROM. Let me know in the comments what do you guys think. Yes, it's missing the features like the double tap to sleep and stuff, but that will be added in the future, I hope. But as of right now, it is a good enough daily driver in my personal opinion. So please share this video out with your friends if they have a Redmi K20 Pro, if they want to run a Android 12 ROM on their devices. You can also check out the Project Radiant ROM's video from the description that I really liked on the Redmi K20 Pro. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. This is Tito from KDN signing off for today. I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye-bye now. Also, one thing that I want to share with you guys that I can't simply flash this voltage OS because I don't like flashing a ROM which does not include GApps, and this ROM does not include GApps, and that's the bummer for me at least. And yes, I like the ROM which has a lot of features, and this voltage OS I've heard has a lot of features, but as of right now I'm staying away from it because simply it does not have GApps. So there could be some crashes or something for the Google Play Store, Play Services, etc. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I'm not saying don't flash it. I'm saying that if you want to flash it, you can definitely flash the voltage OS, but as of right now, I'm not flashing it until and unless they release a GApps included build.